Let's go! Last stone before we get the train to Rome. Just got back from travelling around Italy, and obviously I took my English paper piecing kit with me. I made flowers in most of the key cities, but I wanted to just share with you how I prepared and how I took it. A year or so ago I made myself an EPP bag. I haven't turned it into a pattern yet. So this is the bag. As you can see, I have pockets, pouches, and all my threads and needles. Now, I knew that when I was going out each day, this would be far too large. So I also took a little pouch that I made, which is sort of pencil case size, and a needle book where I could pre-thread different colours based on the EPP project I was taking with me. And then in here I also had little extra bits for scissors, and the threads could also sit in here, or I could put my pieces in here. That was quite handy as well. Now, the project I was taking, if you've been following me, were my flowers, and I actually prepared far too many. I made about 4.5 over the course of just over a week, but I took 14. Now, based on the fact that my flowers are all different and I couldn't have all my pieces in together, I actually put them in different envelopes. It seemed just the most practical way, and then I made a note of what flowers were in there. But if I was just working on a project with a few different shapes, then I just would have put them in my different pouches in my bag. Then when I had one finished, I've got this larger pouch which I stored them in. This is a rose that I've almost finished, and in typical me fashion, I've lost the last bit. Anyway, so this was basically my primary storage bag. So I kept this in my hand luggage, and then each day decided which project I wanted to take with me, which flower in this instance, and then took the threads that I needed, transferred threaded needles and all my pieces into the little take-out one, which fitted perfectly into either my backpack or my handbag. I know there's always a lot of conversation about what scissors to take on a plane, and we didn't check any bags into the hold, so I had to make sure that the scissors I took were going to be allowed on the plane and not confiscated, worst case scenario. So I looked it up, and I think it was under 3 inches off the top of my head. I may be wrong, I will double check. And what I did, we had these terrible little plastic scissors which conformed, and if they were confiscated from me, it wouldn't be the end of the world. They're not my nice Guggenheim scissors, and they're small and they're light, so these were great. But other solutions would be to use a dental floss cutter. So you could take a little dental floss container and just use the cutter, or you can buy like necklaces which just have tiny little blades to cut threads. Didn't really see the need to purchase anything. I just stuck with my little pair of scissors. Obviously this does mean that the project that I took had to have all the pieces already cut out, because I wasn't going to get very far cutting fabric with these. But you could pre-cut the fabric, but because my shapes are all different and they're not just all hexagons or all diamonds, I prepared all the pieces about a month in advance, so I had more than enough projects to work on whilst I was away. Actually, I was surprised that I didn't get through more of my flowers, but it was such a full-on trip. I guess it shouldn't really be a big surprise. So that is how I travelled. Oh, one extra thing. If you are planning on taking a little kit out with you, I did have some colours wrapped already on bobbins, which would be even smaller to carry about and lighter. So I had a few different colours there, which were very useful. So obviously you could take a couple of those and not really feel them at all in your bag. So that was how I travelled out and about. I hope you find it useful, because one of the main advantages of doing English paper piecing is the fact that it's so portable. So yeah, take the projects with you, bring the joy, and be productive as well. As ever, thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and tell all your EPP loving friends to watch as well. I would really like to grow the channel to an extent that I can work my proper job less and then create more videos, tutorials, content and free patterns for you guys. It's free to do, to just like, subscribe, share. I'm Patchwork Picnic on Instagram and Facebook. So give me a follow, give me a like, please. See you next time.